Continuing on with lesson 9.1, we have example 2, which is the quotient property. So here I'm taking the square root of a quotient. There's division in there. So walk you through these two problems. First step is I need to break apart the quotient so that I have the square root of 15 over the square root of 64. Once you get there, then you're just going to simplify what you can. So square root of 15, there's nothing I can simplify it further. There's no perfect squares to pull out, so that stays the same. The square root of 64 is 8, so I would simplify that, and this would be my final answer. For the next one, the steps are going to be the same. My first step is I want to break apart the quotient so that I have the square root of 81 over the square root of x squared. And these are equivalent to each other, so you're just kind of simplifying it, making those numbers easier to work with. Next, this is just simplify what I have in both my numerator and my denominator. The square root of 81 is 9. The square root of x squared is x. So this is my final answer. All right, at this point, there are 4 more problems for you guys to try on your own. So I would like for you to pause the video, give a try to numbers 5 through 8, see how you do, and then I will walk through with my solution. All right, hopefully you took a pause there. Now I'm going to walk you through how I would solve this. So process is similar. First step is I'm going to break apart the numerator and the denominator, and then I'm going to simplify. So I'm left with the square root of 23 over 3. For the negative square root of 17 over 100, same thing. That negative is just going to stay on the outside here, so I'm not really going to do anything with it. But I have the square root of 17 over the square root of 100, and then I will simplify. The numerator stays the same. The denominator, the square root of 100, is 10. For the next one, the square root of 36 over z squared. Again, I will break it apart. Square root of 36 over the square root of z squared becomes 6 over z. And then for the last one, the square root of 4x squared over the square root of 64. So we'll go ahead and break that up. So the square root of 4x squared is 2x. The square root of 64 is 8. Now to simplify it one step further, I should notice that I can further simplify 2 over 8. So my final answer will actually just be x over 4. And I will be very impressed if any of you guys caught that, because we haven't had a problem like that yet. But you always want to simplify it as far as you can so that you have the most simplified answer.